Hello, welcome to the weather update. We're going to talk about the warmth today. I will go over the highs, I think, again later in another weather update, but I want to do this now while we still have the warmth of the afternoon with us, and also show you the satellite image, which is kind of cool looking. You have all the stratus around the ocean, and you have this area that is kind of broken free into the sun. That's where it's warming up. And actually, there's more clouds over New Jersey, which is keeping New Jersey. Probably won't do another weather update. This will be the weather update for the day. But you'll notice over New Jersey, those clouds are hanging tough, which is going to keep the temperatures down over there, keep them from hitting 70 probably. But more clear, more sunshine over Long Island and north. And then you have all these cirrus clouds also coming into view as well. Let's look at the current temperatures across the area. Trying to get this site to work here. This is the Wonderground site, which you could see. This is some more stations, but you could see. Looking at this, I'm having trouble loading. It's got 70s over the middle of the island. Well, the South Shore looks like it's in the 60s. I don't know. This site is not working right. It's always buggy. I don't know. It doesn't matter which computer I'm using. I have a new computer and it's still buggy. Let's look at these stations here. So you'll see here it's near 70 here in Mineola. Well, Car Place is 69. We got a report of 70 in Plainview. Looking at Farmingdale, it's 64. You'll notice it's a little humid out there. Dew points of 55. Yeah, got to have the AC on today here. Obviously, if you're on the South Shore, you don't need the AC, but here in the middle of the... Boy, this doesn't want to load either. All right, I'm not getting too many stations. A lot of stations missing, I guess. 64 in Wantor. But you notice that, so it's cooler on the South Shore. You already got mid-60s. 55 in Long Beach. 57 at Islip. So you see it's cooler. Got a 72 reading in Dix Hills. 64 at Islip. 70 in Selden. 70 in Lake Grove. 70 in Middle Island. 71 in Middle Island, actually. And West Hampton, even there, at 63 degrees. You'll see definitely parts of Long Island getting up to 70 degrees here. And we'll go ahead and we'll look at Montauk, 56. They got a more of a sea breeze. Oh, yeah, 48 in Southold. It's definitely probably the fog hanging tough over there. LaGuardia, 66. Kennedy, 63. 65 in Central Park. But you notice if we go in over New Jersey, it's not all that much warmer there. 66 in the Air Park west of Townsville, and that's because they're stuck in the clouds. Otherwise, they would have soared into the 70s, perhaps even 80 degrees there. So it would have been quite. But the clouds have kept them from getting to really hot conditions that they would have gotten to. And again, if we throw the dew points in here, you'll see dew points are in the 50s and 60s. Actually, see some dew points up around 60. There's a dew point of 60 in Carl Place, so it's humid out there too, which is really making it unpleasant. You got the humidity to deal with too, which is something that we shouldn't be dealing with at this time of the year. We shouldn't be dealing with it. You got to have that's why you got to have the air conditioner on. All right, I'll go to historical. We'll look at the hot maximum temperatures today. So, because we'll probably hit our highs and things are going to start dropping as the sea breeze comes in. Yeah, it's not really showing the highs up here. This is as of 1 p.m. That's why. We got to make it make it 2 p.m. So you can see the 70s here. So definitely 70s in the middle of the island. On the North Shore, actually a little cooler. Some reason they're getting a breeze off the sound, I guess, for whatever reason. And the South Shore, 60s for maximum high. So it looks like the middle of the island getting all the heat. Getting all the heat along with the city. Even the city's a little cooler. It's interesting. The middle of the island is like the hottest area today, which is kind of interesting. Wish we were able to pull up the underground readings. I'm going to try again later. But, yeah, the heat is on today. And it's going to be even warmer than that tomorrow, obviously. So let's go look at the models here, and we'll just focus on the Northeast in this update here. So we'll focus on the next chance of precipitation, of course, the temperatures. So let me go look at the HRRR. We should have the 12Z HRRR in the look at. for our precipitation and temperature. So first start with the next chance. We're dry today, no precipitation. Our next chance of precipitation comes tomorrow morning, Friday morning. Very scattered showers and possible thunderstorms in the early part of the day. In the morning, ranging from the morning, and then a little bit in the maybe in the afternoon when that dry front comes through. You can see how close those isobars are. That is going to mean we're going to have some issues with wind for tomorrow. So let's go look at the temperatures on the HRRR. So we're not going to cool off that much tonight. We'll get a sea breeze coming in, probably cooling us off, hopefully, in the next couple of hours. Like I said, the best will be on the South Shore, probably in the 60s and then 50s. I think we're not going below the 50s tonight. And then for tomorrow, it'll be very warm in New Jersey, probably well into the 70s, perhaps 80 degrees. For the rest of us, we'll probably be around 70. You'll see what happened. There'll be a sea breeze, but then as the winds go westerly, the sea breeze will be more confined to the immediate South Shore, and temperatures go up near 70 across the entire island throughout the afternoon, and then they drop back, and we see those temperatures drop back into the 40s and maybe 30s before we get to Saturday. So the wind is the other concern, which we're going to use another model to look at. And we can actually use this wind, I guess, if you want, because you'll see that there'll be some winds here, but this model, for whatever reason, doesn't show the wind over the land very well. It only shows it over the ocean very well. So if I want to look at the wind, I would have to look at the NAM 12. But you'll see there's be an area, a time of some windy conditions, probably in the early evening tomorrow night, and then there is a wind advisory already, and it has been issued for New Jersey. So you see on this map, there's a wind advisory. So we could have to deal with some winds tomorrow. Let's go look at the NAM as far as the precipitation goes here. I think the total accumulated precip. It won't be that much rain tomorrow. All right. I can also look at the HRRR for that, and it won't be that much rain. The 12s, you'll see. It's very, very scattered, so don't expect much more rain. I think that's going to be it. The other thing is, I guess I should have looked at how much rain fell yesterday. So that kind of reminds me that I should have done that. So I'll have to go back to the weather and hazards map, which I think it closed up. I did close it up. All right. Let's do that. I go back to this, and you'll see, yep, more severe weather in the south again, which I'm not going to focus on. We're focusing on the local weather in this update. This is going to be something that's going to happen every week now. The severe weather season has started early in the south, unfortunately. Historical precipitation. And we're going to look at yesterday's rain. So we're going to start this at, yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead and get that information here. So let's take a look at the rainfall yesterday, and it looks like some areas got over an inch. The city got over an inch there, 1.27 at Central Park, 1.33 at LaGuardia. A little less on Long Island. Some readings, there's a 1.27 around North Merrick, but 0.74 at Farmingdale, 0.72 at Carl Place. So 3/4 of an inch. As you head further out in Suffolk County, 3/4 of an inch. But then as you head out toward the east end, it goes down from a 1/2 an inch around Ridge to around the east end. You're only dealing with around 1/4 of an inch of rain. So a little less as you head east. And then a little more as you headed over New Jersey, where they got closer to, drum roll please, they got close about 1.5 inches there. Some readings around in Ocean and Monmouth County there, around, let's get this back on the screen again. I don't know why this is wanting to load so slowly. 1.29 in the Air Park west of Toms River, 1.63 in Brick, so a little more rain in New Jersey, not surprisingly. That rain was over New Jersey for longer yesterday before it really moved in. And even a 2.06 in Atlantic City Airport, 1.82. So the really heavy stuff, some of the thunderstorms and the heavier showers were over this part of New Jersey, extreme southern New Jersey, where they got over 2 inches of rain. So at least that'll keep the wildfire threat down for a while, which is good. So let me go back to this. So let's go look at we'll look at a couple of other models when it comes to the temperatures for tomorrow. And then we have improving conditions. So let me go to the NAM 12. We'll look at the skies, show you what. So obviously we're gonna have clouds around tomorrow to start, but then the sun comes out, especially when that drier air moves in, which will show you the dew points as well. And then Saturday should be a nice sunny day across our area. Let's look at those dew points, because it's like I said, it's humid out there. And if you look at the dew points on here, you see the surge of humidity. It's actually going to get even more humid right ahead of this front. So it's going to be quite humid too. I would say about early afternoon tomorrow before the dew points start coming down. So expect dew points near 60 degrees, perhaps above 60 degrees, especially if you're in New Jersey. Very unusual for March to see that kind of humidity around, but that is what we're going to see. I'm going to look at the HRRR for this too. Notice I'm just using the mesoscale, the shorter range models for this, so you can get an idea of this humidity we're going to be dealing with, like I said, which is quite unusual. But again, we're in a world of climate change. So you can see, yeah, dew points well into the 60s. This is like August type humidity here coming into, especially New Jersey tomorrow. So very unusual to see. And that's why with this dry front coming through, there could be an isolated thunderstorm with it. And then the drier air comes in once you get into the afternoon with the westerly winds and the dew points drop. So let's go look at the other models that we have to look at here. I want to look at Ventusky and Windy for our this is again a higher resolution version of what the HRRR is interpreting, because it's a little higher resolution. And I want to go into tomorrow, and I want to look at tomorrow. So you can see here what's going to happen. It's already right off the bat much warmer in New Jersey, and it's going to be. I think they have a chance of hitting 80 tomorrow in New Jersey, personally. Yeah, well into the 70s, perhaps 80, and even on Long Island too. You're gonna have to be right on the South Shore if you want relief tomorrow, I think, because of that west-southwesterly flow. So. South Shore, place to be tomorrow, once again, but the winds do wind up going more westerly as the afternoon progresses, so the sea breeze will be less and less strong as you get toward like 4 or 5 o'clock. But the good news is by then, at least, if we look at the humidity, the dew points will be down, and you'll see the dew points going down into the 40s, because if we look at earlier on tomorrow, you'll see those dew points are pretty high up there. Look at that, 60s. Dew points in the 60s. It's very humid for March, quite humid for March indeed. And I'm wondering if this is going to cause any thunderstorms. You can see there's some cape over Philadelphia, and we get a little bit of cape over us too. So I can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm tomorrow. I can't rule it out. It would be very isolated. It would be very isolated. I wish this would show the. You can see it doesn't really show it up on here, but it could be very isolated, but there could be something going on at that time. So let's go to windy.com. This is the European model output now for tomorrow. And the other issue would be the winds, of course. So we're going to actually look at the temperature on this too as well to show you tomorrow. Because tomorrow is going to be quite the hot one, and I think we're going to break some records. I think you're definitely going to hit 80 in Jersey. Euro says you're going to hit 80. And I think that New York City, you're going to get close to 80, well into the 70s. Northwestern Nassau, Central Nassau. South Shore, you'll be safe from the heat, I think, for the most part. But then as the winds go westerly in the afternoon, temperatures will go up into the 60s everywhere. But fortunately, by then, the dew points come down. So if we look at the dew points on here, it's not showing us dew points. We used to have dew points here. Not showing us dew points anymore. That's interesting. Used to. All right. The other issue is the wind gusts. So let's look at that. Wow, this is impressive. Okay, so This is tomorrow at 11 a.m., and we have wind gustings to 39 miles an hour. So it's going to be very windy as well. Unfortunately, we got that rain, so that's going to mitigate the fire threat here. But you can see some wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour in New Jersey. So, yeah, again, that tight pressure gradient is going to kick the winds up quite a bit. And it's going to be quite windy as we get into tomorrow afternoon. And then those winds start dying off, and then we improve. And Saturday won't be as windy, so it won't be too windy at all, actually. So, but tomorrow is going to be a very interesting weather day. We're going to put it that way. So, you can see here, we're looking at the clouds, and you'll see here that it'll be huge. Look at that, 75 in New York, but 57 in Iceland. Got to be on the South Shore tomorrow. All right, bottom line. Let's see if this might show any thunderstorms. There could be. I'm just saying there could be the chance of a thunderstorm tomorrow with such warm, humid air around. It's a possibility. So that's going to be it for this weather update. Stay cool tomorrow. It's going to be hot. If you like the heat, enjoy it. Thank you for watching and take care.